So the word problem that we are going to be solving today is a swimmer dives underwater from 2 meters high and follows a path of h equals negative 5d squared plus 35d plus 2. At what distance does the diver come up for air? Let h represent the height of the diver and let d represent the distance. So now what they're trying to find, what they want us to find out is are the two x-intercepts, because one of the x-intercepts is going to be positive and one is going to be negative. And the positive x-intercept is going to be when the diver comes up for air. So now to find the x-intercepts from standard form, we are going to use a quadratic formula. And the quadratic formula is negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. So now we're going to use the values we have in the standard form and substitute them into the quadratic formula. So we're going to have negative 35 plus minus square root of 35 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times 2 over 2 times negative 5. So now the first step is the first step is going to be to do the exponent of 35. So now negative 35 plus minus square root 35 squared is also 1225. So now you subtract 4 times negative 5 times 2 over 2 times negative 5. So now in the next step, we're going to be multiplying 2 with negative 5, and the answer we get from 2 times negative 5, we're going to multiply that by negative 4. And at the bottom of the formula, we have 2 times negative 5, so when we multiply that together, we're going to get our answer. So it's going to be negative 35 plus minus square root. So now 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, and negative 10 times negative 4 is positive 40. So you get 1225 plus 40. And at the bottom of the equation, negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. So now in the next step, we're going to be adding 1225 and 40. So we're going to have negative 35 plus minus square root, and 1225 plus 40 is 1265. And this is going to be divided by negative 10. So now in the next step, we're going to be square rooting 1265. So when we square root this, we're going to write it out as negative 35 plus minus, and the square root of 1265 is 35.6. And this is going to be divided by negative 10. Now, first we're going to add the top two, so it's going to be negative 35 plus 35.6 divided by negative 10. And the answer to negative 35 plus 35.6 is 0.6. And you're going to divide this by negative 10. When you divide 0.6 by negative 10, you get the x-intercept of negative 0.06. And now we're going to be subtracting negative 35 and negative, so we're going to do negative 35 subtracted 35.6, and we're going to divide that by 10. So in 35 subtract 35.6 is negative 70.6, and we're going to divide this by negative 10. So when you divide a negative by a negative, you get a positive. So negative 70.6 divided by negative 10, so your x-intercept is going to equal 7.06. So now your two x-intercepts are negative 0.06 and 7.06. Now your positive x-intercept is going to be when the swimmer comes up for air. So we're going to have to conclude our word problem with a therefore statement. So we're going to write therefore. Now the three triangular dots are the same thing as writing therefore. So we're going to put the three triangular dots and write therefore the swimmer will come up for air at 7.06 meters. Now we know that we're measuring in meters because when we refer back to our word problem, it says 2 meters high. So, and our C is 2. So now we know that when we get our answer, it's going to be in meters because that is the unit we're using. So our final statement is going to be, therefore, the swimmer will come up for air at 7.06 meters. And that is the answer to our word problem. Thank you.